Welcome back, guys. It's me, the guy with redstone skill, back on my YouTube channel with another redstone category video. Another video which falls into the category of redstone. So today, by far, I think you already know that from the title that we are gonna focusing on logic gates and more logic gates. Now, by far, I know logic gates are infinite. Okay, there is no limits of logic gates. There are tons upon tons of them, but I cannot include all of them. Okay, but in Minecraft logic they only use 16. They don't use any more than 16. So I will show you the 16 original ones and couple more which are as important as that but are not actually used as logic gates. So let's start from the list with an AND gate. Now, if you are in the redstone community for a long while, you know what an AND gate is. An AND gate is a redstone logic circuit which will give an output if both inputs are on. If both inputs are on, then it will give an output. But both needs to be on at the same time. You cannot just have one on and expect it to be the output to be on. This thing is actually used for combination locks. Yeah, I think it's used for combination locks. Let me demonstrate you, and this video is I think gonna be extremely long because I need to explain all of them in front of you guys. Here is the piston not extending now. As I said, if we want to get an output or the piston get extended, we will have to turn both of the levers on at the same time or both inputs at the same time on to have an output. We cannot just have one on. So here we go. Nothing happens. Turn this off. The piston extends. This is what AND gates are useful for. Oh, and yes, here is how you write AND gate. ANDGATE. Here is the version 2 of our AND gate. As similar. Look at the repeater. If the repeater turns on, then think we have get an output. See, we turn on only one, nothing happens. We turn on only one, nothing happens. But if we turn both on, the repeater gets late or we get an output. That's what AND gate is. It's the vertical version. This is the horizontal version. Next up we have, you can do that. You can like literally click on a sign and place a block. I did not knew that. Oh my god, I just discovered that. Okay, whatever. O gates are actually another logic circuit. This is the most simplest thing in the world I've ever seen. This actually implies on having either of the input on to have an output. If both are on, it still get an output. If one is on, still get an output. The only time we don't get an output is both inputs turned off. Next up our list, we have xore gates. Yes, xore gates are extremely useful in redstone contraptions. I think this is the by far my most favorite and the most useful logic gates. And fun fact, did you know that all of these gates and logic circuits come from actually circuitry? These are actually parts of circuitry. Like you will find them in electrical circuits mostly and computer languages as well. So let's continue with our video. xore gate special. You have, if you want to get an output, you have to have at least one input on. You cannot have both on and get an output. It's very useful for double-sided piston doors. Suppose you flick a lever on this side and you flick the lever again on the another side, nothing will happen because it's an OR gate then, like this thing. Both are just getting into one redstone line. But if you want to activate it from both sides, like I will show an example. Sometimes uh, uh, you have seen lights in real life, right? So sometimes you have a switch on both sides of the wall turning off the light. This is where OR gate, XOR gate comes into real life circuitry. Just search all of these terms in Google, and Google will show you how the circuitries work. And it's ultra complicated, but in Minecraft I will simplify you. And another fun fact, Minecraft actually built their redstone depending on the redstone logic. All of these have came just for the purpose so that they meet the proper usage of redstone logic. I mean, Minecraft developed them so that Mojang developed them so you can actually create uh, circuitries with them. These actually created based on the logic gates. Okay, so to get an output, we have to have one on. We cannot have both on. If you have both on, it gets cut out. As simple as that. It is useful for piston doors. Next up, we have NOT gates. Now, NOT gates are actually, I think you know what a NOT gate is, but you always, in normal terms in Minecraft, say it as an inverter, right? I'm sure I'm right. Or we will have an output on if the input is off, and we will have the output off if the input is on, or simply a redstone torch on a block with a lever. You can have it simplified by this thing. This is still no gate, so that's why I have named it no gate 2. So as you can see, our lever is turned off, so that is why the output is on. So if you have the input on, the output will be off. Same goes for this. And let me show you. By far I have all of these show you. These are in the categories of all those 16 actual logic gates which we use in Minecraft. We don't use more than that. It actually comes in, all of these comes in the 16 actual category, but I have included my own somewhere. Now this is an NAND gate. Now the names come from an NOR gate and an AND gate, or an inverted AND gate. Yes, as you can see. For this you need to have both inputs on to get no output. Yeah, that's how it works. If you want to get an output, you have to leave it as it is. And if you don't want to get an output, you need to flick both levers. Now moving into computer circuitries and much harder things. This is a D latch. Now D latch are actually pretty complicated stuff. If you put an output through the first one, or D, it will activate or give a strength. But if you activate the second input and even turn this off, the output won't change, due to the fact we have locked it by using the second lever, or D is locked by suppose A. These are actually computer logic stuff, so it's extremely hard to understand, but once you get your head around it, it's easy. Next up we have RS NOR latch or SR NOR latches. I think you can spell it both ways, RS NOR latch or SR NOR latches. So in this logic circuit, this is actually again a computer stuff and one of those 16 categories. this actually remembers that which of the buttons you have pressed, R or S. It will remember you have pressed R, and it won't allow you to press R again because you have already selected that. And if you select S, then it will locked on to S and won't change to R until not you press it by yourself. Okay? Like I already have R turned on. Suppose this one is R and the upper one is S. So if you press R, S, the output changes. So it remembers that which one you have pressed, and if you press that again 1,000,000,000 times, nothing will happen. So this is an SR NOR latch. SR or RS NOR latch, this is both the same thing. Now going into the old school stuff, we have this thing, the pretty old school RS NOR latch. Just 2 NOT gates running into each another. And I'm not doing a block by block tutorial for all of them because you know how to build it. You are just seeing it on screen. But do you need more? Suppose this R. I have already pressed R, so it won't let me select. But if you press S, the output alters and it won't again let me press S, and nothing will happen. So that's what an RS NOR latch do. This is RS NOR latch 2, or an alternative design for the first RS NOR latch. And the reason I'm doing this video, because you will still find these circuits, but this is 2020, we have meted new redstone mechanics which you can use to create much better designs of them. So that's why I thought I will improve them. Next up we have RS NOR latch 3. Yes, we have millions of design for RS NOR latch. Here you can see RS NOR latch 3. This is again the same thing, remembers whether of R or S you have pressed. So I already pressed R at the bottom. Always think R as the first one and S as the second one, according to your eye of view. I mean, suppose if you have R and S, you will always call this one R, okay, and this one S. It makes much sense, but don't call this R and this S. As you can see, it does the same thing. As you have seen, I think this is all of them were inside the logic categories. Now we are getting some of my own, which are actually not entirely logic circuits but are related to logic circuits. We have the delay circuit, or this circuit I think you just know will put delays on both edge. Falling it has rising, it has delay, falling it has delay. Now if you only want delay on the falling edge, then you can build the delay on the falling edge circuit. I don't know what it's called. So if how much delay you want on the falling edge, you need to put +1 with that. I want 3 there, so that's why I have put 4. My actual demand is 3, but I have put 4 because this is actually cutting it. Or we should have just placed a redstone dust and I could have meted my demand by just placing 3. But we cannot do that because redstone will actually loop. So we gotta keep it at 1 and 4. As you see, the rising edge is faster than falling edge. And then we have another complicated circuit named the latecomer circuit. Now a latecomer circuit is which will put delay on the rising edge only, not on the falling edge. It's actually some sort of look like a monostable circuit. So here we go, it put at the delay on rising edge, but as soon as we flick the lever off, the redstone dust will instantly cut off. Instantly. Boom. But the repeater still have delay. So this is actually pretty useful. I have used this in once only, but I have used this in what was that? Wait, yeah, it was the 2x2 uh, flush hipster door. Yeah, I used this circuit in the 2x2 flush hipster door. I think you have watched that video by far. Now going to much more. This is the most complicated one out here. So this one is called a D flip flop. This is one of those 16 logic categories. Now what a D flip flop does, suppose this lever is D and this lever is clock, suppose CLK slash clock. So if you want to get an output, we have to flick it and clock this thing 1 2 to get an output, and if you want to get rid of the output, you have to again clock it 1 2. So that's how it works actually. This is a complete D flip flop. I don't know what this thing will be useful for. I think it's for actually logic units calculating computers. Yes, this thing is used in computers. All of these circuits are used in computers. In Minecraft. Obviously, if you want to build a computer in Minecraft, you need to use them. Not a normal computer. If you want to do your computer doing math and complicated stuff and doing calculator stuff, hybrid calculator stuff and all of that, you need to use these things, Next up, I think you cannot see it, but it's a T flip-flop. Yes, T flip-flops have gotten much compactor as days have passed. This is extremely compact T flip-flop, or it actually takes an output from a monostable circuit and converts it to a permanent output. As you know, buttons are actually give short output, but a T flip-flop circuit will make it much longer. I mean, much longer is actually infinite until not you turn it off. So here you can see I have flicked this lever on and it will be on for infinite years until I turn it off back again. And it's off. Next up we have true gates. Yes, we are again going into the actual logic gate sides and also the more complicated sides. Now what a true gate is, which actually does is no matter how fast you flick the lever, how slow or whatever you do with the lever, the output will always be on. I give you a challenge. You will never be able to turn off the output by flicking the lever as fast or as slow. I mean, don't look at the dust, look at the repeater actually. Yes, the repeater. And for the fourth gate we have the complete opposite. No matter what you do, the output will always be off. You can never get an output out of this thing. Actually made it different so that the torch is first and the dust powering is second. Here we have the block powering it first and the torch powering it second. But I thought it will actually look cooler if we alternated that for the fourth gate. Yeah, this is a fourth gate. As its name suggests, it never gives an output. So no matter how hard you try, you won't be able to do it. We are reaching our absolute end, guys. If you haven't liked or subscribed my channel yet, just do it. Do it, like my video, subscribe, comment. This will help out the channel. So that's why I'm asking you. And you'll get more extra knowledge like this thing. It's your profit. I'm just telling you. Just do it. Now we have reached the A gate. Now it's it's actually pretty pointless. A gate just gives an output from the circuit A or the lever A. Suppose this one is A. So that's why I actually said you to name from this side first, not from this side. So that's why in computer logic this one will be called A and this one will be called B, but not this B and this A. So whatever you do with the lever B, you will get no output, but as soon as you do anything with the A input, you will get an output. I think you can barely see the dust getting powered, right? Or YouTube compression is just not showing it. Or just see it. But if I flick B, oh my god, nothing happens. Next up we have completely opposite of that, B gate. No matter how much hard you try with A, it will always give an output through B. Or even if you have the A turned on, you won't get any output, but as soon as you turn on B, it will get an output, the B gate stuff. Now going into more, literally more and more complicated stuff. Oh my god. We have A imply B. Yes. I don't even know how to use these things. I can't even find a use for these things. But yes, this is one of those 16 circuitries. Now here both can work as an output, but A is actually inverted. So A is actually implying B, but B is not implying A. I don't know what is the genuine use for this. You just do this and just do this, right? Yes, these are actually used in extremely higher, massive computer programming in Minecraft. Now we have the completely opposite, B imply A. The B is actually implying the redstone A. So you can turn off B and the output will turn off, but you can also turn on A at the same time. So it's a B imply A. Now we have the why does it need to only happen to me? It so sucks, dude. It sucks. Honestly, I thought it would be a complete uncut video without any cut, and I was just about to make my dream complete when a phone call came, and it actually hecked my life. And the video is no more uncut. Now I cannot record the 25 minutes back again. So let's continue. Nothing to do. Here we have the complete opposite of the opposite here, or A imply B, or if you notice correctly, from the A imply B and A B imply A, we have a torch behind it, or we will get an output on if we have the A or B turned off. Here we don't have a torch, we have a repeater, which is taking the output, or which is actually a inverted A imply B and B imply A. So it is called A imply B. I think you know how the name comes from. It's imply but N in front of it. So that means a NOT gate and an A imply B combined. Here we have the complete opposite of that thing, which is B imply A. Let me tell you what is opposite. Here we have A as the implying B. Here we have B as the implying A. There we had the torch behind it. Here we have the repeater behind it. Whatever. Yeah, this is a B imply, or the A is implying on B. Now, there are tens of thousands of more which I selected for this video, but I thought let's end this here. I'm not gonna do it anymore. XNOR gate. We end it by XNOR gate, or an XOR gate with a NOT gate combined, or an altered XOR gate. We have one on, output is off. We have again another on, output is again on. Inversion. So that'll be the video for today, guys. I hope you like the video, and if you have, then please comment, like, share, subscribe, because this took like I'm damn sure it's 25 to 26 minutes, I think. And behind the scene, it took me literal 1 hour to get the names of all of these, because I didn't knew what these things were called actually. But now I think I'm a logic gates pro. Okay, there are 10,000s of more which I could have added, but I didn't add because for the purpose of this video will be extremely long. So I hope you guys watched and enjoyed the video. If you are still at this point of the video, you deserve a 5 star from my you just deserve five star. You just deserve 5 star. And goodbye.